Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and today I'm at Nay-Aug Park, which is in Scranton, Pennsylvania. It's a city park, and they have some really nice things here to see. A lot of varied things, including a very large waterfall. And the waterfall, in my opinion, is the main attraction. But there's a lot of other things, so let me show you around the park. We have a lot of these signs around the park, so if you get lost, you can always find one of these and find your way back to the parking lot. And here they have a description of what everything is. It's open dawn to dusk. Too bad I can't stay overnight. And the waterfall is not on a river or a creek. It's on what they call the Roaring Brook. And it is right there in the Nay-Aug Gorge area. And there's the overlook that I'm going to show you. Did you know Scranton is called the Electric City? As opposed to what? I don't know. This sign shows some of the features in the park. The front side of the park looks like a plain, ordinary city park. And here we have what they're calling the Teague Band Shell. I guess they have entertainment there on some of their summer weekends. They have a little cafe here called the Black Watch. There's the guy you order from, and here is the menu. And right past the cafe is a hothouse garden, which they're calling a greenhouse. Another thing to see in the park here is the Everhart Museum. It's a big building. It's a museum of natural history, science, and arts. So if those three things appeal to you, then you'd probably like to do that as well. They got a big fountain out here and a pool. I'm not going to go into the museum today. Here on the lawn, they've got a shell from the battleship Maine that this says was submerged for 14 years until they recovered it. Can you tell what this is behind that fence? Well, here's the sign. It's a gravity railroad car. That gravity railroad car is right behind the museum, and the park continues up here with a children's playground, which they call the Jaybird Playground. But here is the bad news. And right across from there is a swimming pool with a nice big water slide. I think they should rethink this water slide because it empties out into what looks like a parking lot. Now there is a little bit of water here, but I don't think that's going to help much. Now there is a swimming pool bathhouse, but wow, it looks like they have just filled in this huge area. I wonder what's going on here. I do not see any young lungs at play. Well, I asked somebody who works here, and they said that the swimming pool developed several cracks, leaks. So yes, they filled it in, and they have a long-term plan to rebuild it and add some splash pads and things like that. This is as far as you can go on the trail here to see the waterfall. How do you like that? That's the main part of the fall. And some places you can see it coming down white, and some places it's very, you might call iced tea colored. It creates a really big pool here, and it goes down in between this gorge where you see it's really calm there. This whole area here is a big gorge. On both sides. And then down there where the water is flowing, it's a lot more narrow. I think they could do with a better fence than that. But then that lets me go down a little further. I'm not going that far. There's 3 people down there. This gives me a lot better view of the downstream here. Nice. Look how rough that canyon side is there. Here's another overlook that is a little further downstream, and they're calling it the overlook, I guess that is. This is what it looks like from here. The water seems kind of stuck right there. So here's a further view upstream, and this bridge kind of looks like a railroad bridge. Maybe I can tell when I get back up there. That looks like railroad tracks to me. Here's a zoom underneath the bridge. Yes, it sure is. And here is a double tunnel. Both sets of railroad tracks goes into the left tunnel. You can barely see it through those trees. And then this one, I guess, is just for hikers. And the last thing I want to show you is what they call the David Winchell treehouse. And I went out to this observation deck here. And I asked these girls, where is the treehouse? And they said, you're on it. So I said, well, there are no trees and there's no house. Well, folks, that is the treehouse. The treehouse, so to speak, is right above the waterfall there. And from here, you can get a interesting view downstream that I didn't see before, where it goes underneath these rocks like a tunnel. It's an interesting view. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed my video of the Naog Park. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Good day, folks.